The studio lights flare to life as Kelly Clarkson welcomes Walker Hayes onto the stage, her voice bright and warm. The audience cheers, clapping in rhythm to the upbeat intro music. Walker steps out with a polite wave, but his smile is thin, almost forced, like he's carrying something heavy behind his eyes. Kelly stands to greet him, giving him a friendly hug. He returns it stiffly. As they sit down, Kelly leans in with her usual charm. Walker, it's so good to have you here. You've been busy lately. Walker clears his throat, shifting in his chair. Yeah, busy would be one way to put it, he says with a strained laugh. His fingers tap nervously on his knee. Kelly tries to ease the mood with a simple question about his tour, but Walker's jaw tightens before he answers. There's a flicker of tension, subtle but unmistakable, and the audience can sense it too. A small, uneasy silence hangs in the air while Kelly attempts to keep the conversation light. Kelly leans forward with her note cards, keeping her tone gentle. So, your new single has really sparked conversation online, she begins, smiling to soften the topic. Some fans say they connect with it deeply, others say they're trying to understand the message. How do you see it? Walker's shoulders tense immediately. He shifts in his seat, the studio lights catching the frustration building in his eyes. Honestly, I'm tired of people overthinking everything I do, he mutters. It's like every lyric is some kind of personal attack to somebody. Kelly raises her eyebrows, still calm. I hear you. But sometimes fans just want clarity. Clarity. Walker cuts in, his voice sharper. Why should I have to justify every creative choice? People act like I owe them explanations for songs that come straight from my life. The audience grows quiet, sensing the shift. A few people exchange glances. Kelly keeps her posture relaxed, hands folded neatly on her lap, communicating patience. I'm not questioning your art, she says softly. I'm just giving you space to share what you want people to take away from it. But Walker interprets the gentleness as pressure. His mouth tightens into a frustrated line. He leans back in his chair, arms crossed, giving off the vibe that even the simplest questions feel like an attack. The room hangs in an uneasy pause as Kelly tries to keep the show's rhythm steady. Kelly glances toward the cue cards, clearly trying to shift the mood back to something lighter. All right, she says with a quick smile, let's talk about the creative process behind the video. But she doesn't get more than a few words out before Walker suddenly cuts in. See, that's exactly what I mean, he snaps, leaning forward. You're steering the conversation like there's some agenda. Kelly blinks, taken aback. Walker, I'm literally just moving to the next segment. It's part of the show. He shakes his head, frustration spilling over. No. You're twisting it. You're trying to make me seem defensive or something. I can feel it. The audience murmurs, the softness of their confusion quickly growing into tension. A few heads turn toward the backstage curtain where a producer quietly peeks out, sensing things slipping off track. Kelly straightens in her chair. Her voice stays calm but carries a hint of firmness now. I'm not here to make you look bad, she says steadily. I'm here to have a conversation. That's all. Walker pushes up from his seat and stands, the sudden movement making the mic on his jacket crackle. He paces 2 steps away, running both hands through his hair. His breaths come sharper, echoing faintly in the quiet studio. The band members freeze mid-motion, hands hovering over their instruments. Cameramen exchange quick, worried glances, unsure whether they should follow Walker or stay focused on Kelly. Kelly watches him with concern, her hands still folded, her expression a mixture of empathy and caution. The tension in the room thickens, the atmosphere holding its breath as Walker struggles with something internal and rising. Walker stops pacing and suddenly reaches for the mic clip to his jacket. The metal clasp snaps softly as he yanks it free, the sound echoing across the silent studio. Every eye in the room locks onto him, audience members leaning forward, producers frozen at the edges of the stage, camera operators unsure whether to follow or hold their shots. Kelly sits still in her chair, watching him with a careful calm. Her hands rest lightly on her lap, but the tension in her posture betrays her worry. Walker, she says gently, almost like she's trying to talk someone back from the edge. He doesn't respond. His jaw is clenched, his breathing tight. For a moment, he stands there in the bright, heavy studio lights, looking like he's trying to hold back a storm inside him. Then he turns toward the stage steps. The clack of his boots against the floor is loud in the otherwise breathless room. A stagehand reaches out instinctively, unsure whether to guide him or stop him, but Walker brushes past without looking. A wave of whispers ripples through the audience. Some people stare wide-eyed, others cover their mouths, unsure if they're watching a meltdown, a misunderstanding, or something much deeper than the show can reveal. Kelly shifts slightly in her seat, her expression softening, a trace of sadness crossing her face as she watches him walk toward the curtain. Behind the scenes, producers scramble, exchanging hurried signals, trying to figure out what to do, whether to cut to commercial, or hope he turns back. Behind the curtain, the atmosphere is completely different from the polished calm of the studio. The hallway is narrow, lit with buzzing overhead lights, and crowded with crew rushing in controlled chaos. Walker steps into it with stiff, angry strides, his breathing uneven, his hands still trembling from the confrontation. A production assistant hurries after him. Walker, sir, please wait. But he doesn't slow down. His boots strike the concrete floor in heavy, echoing thuds. He passes makeup stations, prop carts, camera equipment, each step louder than the last. Two senior producers intercept him near the greenroom door. One raises a calming hand. Walker, we just want to make sure you're all right. I'm fine, Walker snaps, though his voice cracks slightly. I'm done with that interview. That's it. The producers exchange a worried glance. They've seen tense moments before, but nothing quite like this. The crew scattered around them tries not to stare, though the energy in the hallway vibrates with curiosity and concern. Inside the greenroom, a half-finished cup of tea sits on the counter next to Walker's phone and jacket. He walks in and grips the edge of the table, shoulders heaving as he tries to steady himself. His reflection in the mirror catches his eye, flushed face, unfocused gaze, frustration written across every line. Outside the greenroom door, whispers grow louder. Is he coming back? Should we cut the segment? Is Kelly okay out there? No one knows the answer. A soft knock sounds at the door, gentle but firm. Walker. It's someone who'd like to talk to you. He doesn't respond. The silence stretches, thick and uncertain, hanging in the tension of a moment that hasn't yet resolved.